Can you describe the weather today?
Sure, today's weather is absolutely lovely. The sky is mostly clear with just a few fluffy clouds drifting by, and the sun is shining brightly without being too harsh. The temperature is comfortably warm, probably around 28 degrees Celsius, and there's a light breeze that makes it feel really pleasant. It's the kind of day that lifts your mood and makes you want to spend time outdoors. I'd say it's perfect for a walk in the park or enjoying a cup of coffee at a sidewalk cafe.
What's your favorite kind of weather?
I'd say my favorite kind of weather is cool and slightly breezy, the kind you usually get in early autumn. The air feels fresh and crisp, and there's just enough chill to wear a light jacket without feeling cold. I find that kind of weather really energizing. It's perfect for going on long walks, being productive, or simply enjoying a hot drink outside. It's also a nice break from the intense heat of summer, which I personally find quite exhausting. So yes, that mild, comfortable weather is definitely my favorite.
Is there any type of weather you really don't like?
Yes, I really can't stand extremely hot and humid weather. It makes me feel drained and uncomfortable, especially when I have to move around or commute. The air feels heavy. I sweat a lot even when doing nothing, and it's hard to stay focused or productive. On top of that, it often leads to poor air quality and restless nights. Honestly, I'd much prefer a cold, rainy day over a scorching summer afternoon. At least with cold weather, you can always put on more layers, but with extreme heat, there's only so much you can do.
Do you like taking photos?
Yes, I absolutely love taking photos, especially when I'm traveling or spending time with friends and family. For me, photography is a way of capturing fleeting moments and turning them into lasting memories. I'm not a professional by any means, but I do enjoy experimenting with different angles, lighting, and compositions. These days, phone cameras are so good that it's easy to take decent shots anytime, anywhere. I also find that looking back at old pictures brings a lot of joy and nostalgia, so taking photos has definitely become a meaningful part of my life.
Do you like to shoot people or landscapes?
Personally, I prefer shooting landscapes over people. There's something incredibly calming about capturing natural scenery, whether it's a quiet beach at sunrise, a mountain range, or even a city skyline at sunset. I feel like landscapes allow for more creative freedom, especially when it comes to playing with light, color, and perspective. Also, there's no pressure to direct anyone or worrying about facial expressions, so it feels more relaxing. That said, I do enjoy taking candid shots of people from time to time, especially during special occasions or travels.
What do you think it takes to become a great photographer?
I think becoming a great photographer requires a mix of technical skill, creativity, and a keen eye for detail. First of all, you need to understand the basics of lighting, composition, and how to use your camera properly. But beyond that, what really sets great photographers apart is their ability to tell a story through their images and evoke emotion. Patience is also essential, especially for capturing the perfect moment or waiting for the right light. And of course, like any art form, it takes a lot of practice, experimentation, and a genuine passion for the craft.
like animals?
Yes, I've always had a deep love for animals. I find them fascinating not just because of how cute or majestic they can be, but also because of how intelligent and emotionally complex some of them are. I grew up with pets, so animals have always been part of my life. I think they bring a lot of joy, comfort, and even companionship. Whether it's watching documentaries about wildlife or simply playing with a dog, being around animals helps me relax and feel more connected to nature.
Do you think that animals should be kept in zoos?
That's a tricky question, but personally, I think animals should only be kept in zoos if the conditions are ethical and the purpose is educational or for conservation. Modern, well-managed zoos can play an important role in protecting endangered species and raising public awareness about wildlife. However, I'm strongly against zoos that keep animals in cramped and natural enclosures just for entertainment. Animals deserve to live in environments that are as close to their natural habitat as possible. So, in short, I support zoos only when they prioritize animal welfare and contribute to genuine conservation efforts.
Do you have any animals in your home as pets?
Yes, I do. I have a cat named Momo, and she's been part of our family for over 5 years now. She's incredibly affectionate, a bit mischievous at times, and has a habit of curling up on my laptop whenever I'm working. Having her around really adds warmth and joy to our home. Taking care of her has also taught me a lot about responsibility and patience. I honestly can't imagine life without a pet now. She's not just an animal, she's a companion.
In your country, what are the most popular colors?
In my country, I'd say the most popular colors are red, white, and gold. Each of them carries cultural significance. Red is especially prominent during festivals and celebrations, as it symbolizes luck, happiness, and prosperity. White is often associated with simplicity and elegance, and it's a common choice for formal clothing or home decor. Gold, on the other hand, is linked to wealth and success, and you'll often see it in traditional architecture, jewelry, and even modern branding. These colors aren't just visually appealing, they also reflect deeply rooted values in our culture.
Do you prefer to wear dark colors or light colors?
Personally, I tend to prefer wearing light colors, especially in warmer weather. Shades like white, beige, or pastel blue feel more refreshing and breathable, and they usually give off a clean, relaxed vibe. That said, I do wear dark colors like black or navy when I want to look more formal or professional. I think it really depends on the occasion and the mood I'm in, but overall, light colors are my go-to choice for everyday outfits because they're comfortable and easy on the eyes.
Do colors affect your mood?
Absolutely. I believe colors can have a strong impact on how we feel. For instance, warm colors like yellow or orange tend to lift my mood and make me feel more energized and optimistic. On the other hand, cool tones like blue or green help me feel calm and focused, especially when I'm stressed or trying to concentrate. I've also noticed that wearing bright colors can boost my confidence on certain days. So yes, I'd say colors definitely influence my emotions and even my productivity. One house that immediately comes to mind is my best friend's apartment, where she's been living for the past 3 years. It's located on the 10th floor of a modern high-rise building in the center of Ho Chi Minh City, just a few minutes away from all the main attractions, shops, and cafes. Her apartment is not very big, but it's beautifully designed and incredibly cozy. It has one bedroom, a spacious living room, a small but functional kitchen, and a balcony that overlooks the city skyline. The interior is decorated in a minimalist style with neutral tones, mostly white, beige, and soft grey, which makes the place feel very clean and calming. She's also added some personal touches like indoor plants, bookshelves, and travel photos, which make it feel warm and inviting. What I love most about her place is the natural light. Thanks to the large windows, sunlight pours in during the day, creating a bright and uplifting atmosphere. It's the kind of space that instantly puts you at ease. If I had to mention one downside, though, it would be the noise. Since it's located right in the city center, it can get a bit loud, especially during rush hour. Overall, I think her apartment perfectly reflects her personality: stylish, organized, and full of life. It's definitely a place I always enjoy visiting.
Do you think it's better for people to live in an apartment or a house?
I think it really depends on the individual's lifestyle, needs, and financial situation, but overall, both options have their own merits. Apartments are generally more convenient for people who live in urban areas. They're usually closer to workplaces, public transport, and amenities like supermarkets or gyms. They also require less maintenance and tend to have better security. On the other hand, houses offer more privacy and space, which is ideal for families or people who value peace and quiet. You can have a garden, host gatherings, or even renovate more freely compared to living in a shared building. Personally, I would choose a house if I had the budget and lived in a quieter neighborhood, but in a bustling city, an apartment is often the more practical choice. So, in short, there's no one-size-fits-all answer. It comes down to what people prioritize in their living environment.
Do you think it's better for someone to buy a house or to rent?
I think it depends on a person's long-term goals, financial stability, and lifestyle preferences. Buying a house is often seen as a smart investment. It gives people a sense of ownership, stability, and the freedom to renovate or customize their living space. Over time, it can also build equity and serve as a form of financial security. However, renting offers flexibility, which is ideal for people who move frequently, have unpredictable jobs, or aren't ready to commit to one place. It also reduces the burden of maintenance and property taxes, which can be significant when owning a home. Personally, I believe buying is better in the long run if someone is financially prepared, but renting makes more sense during transitional phases of life, such as studying, starting a career, or relocating. So ultimately, the better option varies from person to person.
Do you think that there is a certain age when someone should move out of their parents' home and move to their own home?
I don't think there's a fixed age when someone should move out, because it really depends on the individual's circumstances and cultural background. In some societies, people are expected to become independent in their early 20s, especially if they go away for university or start working. In others, it's completely normal for adults to live with their parents until they get married or even beyond. That said, I do believe that moving out at the right time can be an important step toward personal growth. It teaches responsibility, financial management, and how to handle daily challenges on your own. But this transition should happen when someone is emotionally and financially ready, not just because of social pressure or arbitrary expectations. So instead of focusing on age, I think the emphasis should be on maturity and readiness.